Hi guys, how are you doing? We haven't gone live in a little bit. It's been a hot minute.
A little out of practice.
Like, oh, we're going. How are you? We are doing a huge relaunch of Course by Number. We've completely updated it with new methods, new testimonials, new strategies. Everything is new in Course by Number. Initially it was going to be a small update. We're like, okay, we're going to do these things and teach this. But then as we were working on it, as you guys know, project scope, it got bigger and bigger, and we added more and more to it. And now it's a big relaunch of Course by Number. So we have some awesome students that have gone through the course and seen crazy success. And I kind of want to talk about them a little bit and what courses they've launched and what niches they're in, and just kind of answer any questions that you guys have.
Yeah, it's been an awesome experience going through and adding so much more into the course because, we launched our first course back in 2016 or something like that. And the environment, the tool set, the skills we had back then when we first got into the course creation area ourselves was overwhelming. And so many of our students, as they're going through the process, they're asking amazing questions that we just didn't even know about back then. And so we've done our research. Both Susie and I have poured everything we could into this course and updated it. And we're really excited for what we have to show for you today. Oh, and we got questions already coming in from the lives. Fantastic.
Hey, thank you guys.
Hey, everybody.
That's
there.
Awesome. I'm so happy you're in it, Allison. I know you're going to do fantastic with it. So some of our students and what they've launched by going through Course by Number and creating their own courses. One student came back and she launched a course on sand tray therapy. And in a couple of days, I think tomorrow or so, I'll be doing an interview with her. So that should be going live too, where we'll talk about that in detail. But sand tray therapy.
What does that even mean?
She helps people with their anxiety and emotions by teaching them how to express that with a little sand tray and little miniatures. It's so cool. At first I was really kind of like, what? Is this real? But she made $7,000 with her course on sand tray therapy.
Wow.
And her testimonials on coursebynumber.com. So if you guys are curious about that, to see a little bit more of what Beth has done, that's in there. So that one example just shows you that you can create a course in any niche and be profitable. What's a course idea that you've seen our students do that you really like?
Yeah, absolutely. But before that, one of the common objections people have is, well, if I'm not selling things about how to make money, or if I'm not selling things about the internet, can I still make money? Because, there is a bit of a bias out there where not everybody's going to publish their results. And so when you go online, one of the things that's prevalent in the blogging industry and affiliate marketing is people publishing their results. Yeah. And so it can give this skewed view of it that only those industries actually make any money. It's absolutely not true. Let's go through some of the ones on the sales page. Do you want to show some of the sales page?
Yeah, sure. So you guys might not know, like when people run ads to something, it's highly profitable, right? Because they're spending money to make that money. And there's some niches that's completely not digital marketing or anything related, where people are spending, like moms in a mom niche, spending $800 per day on ads. So guys, you don't have to just be in a digital marketing space to make money. Like another niche that did really well was Laura with her course that she did was all about Etsy. And then if we scroll down, there's a whole Varpu, if you go up. So she made a course on teaching people the Finnish language. So how tiny is that? How many people here want to learn Finnish? Nobody here. Very, very small niche. But she made $7,000 in 5 days by launching her Finnish course.
Amazing.
That's phenomenal. So the teachings in Course by Number can be applied to any niche. If we scroll down, there's a whole section. Here's Beth with her sand tray therapy.
That's so cool.
I know, it's pretty awesome. I'm going to scroll down some more. Gia made, I think she launched to about 300 people, and she made a couple $1,000s on her course. Let me go. There's just one section. Liesel made $20,000 in her first month by launching her course on natural birthing. So how to have a natural birth. I mean, I paid for Lamaze classes. We went to all the stuff.
Bounced on the balls, did the whole thing.
We did it all. I spent money to have that natural birth. I had a doula and everything, but I did not have a natural birth. So I can see the moms have this passion to have that, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Tamara, she has a course on building your confidence So just how to be more confident, how to have more confidence when you talk to other people, how to do it in your business and so on. And she makes 5,000 per month on a course on confidence. And she has the cutest accent. And I think it's French, right?
I think so.
I think her accent's French. So we might be incorrect, but her testimonials on the page here.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot in course by now. Potem, she has a course
so cool.
on teaching Chinese to your kids at home as a homeschooler. So,
That's awesome.
I mean, that's one of the struggles that I have because I'm trying to teach my kids Afrikaans, and we were doing that when we were homeschooling. So, I mean, it's tricky. So she has a course to teach people Chinese, which I think is a little bigger market than Afrikaans.
Probably,
yeah.
More Chinese speakers than Afrikaans speakers.
Probably. There's only like 4 million of us. Also, in course by number, we've added a lot of student success stories. So you guys aren't just hearing from me and John. You're not just hearing our strategies. We're actually hearing how our students implemented it and what worked and didn't work for them. So I think that's really valuable to not just learn from me and John, right?
Totally, because we took a path and our students are going to largely follow the path we took because that's what we're teaching. But every individual, when they go and they find their own success, they're going to find their own success. They're going to take their own little road and route, and their niche is going to be a little different. Their launch strategy might be a little bit different. So you get to hear a ton of cool case studies and what worked. And there's just little nuggets you can take away from each one of these that can maybe make all the difference in your own launch and your own course creation.
Definitely. That's good. I think there's a couple more I want to cover.
There you go.
All right. So Jody she doesn't teach you art. She teaches you like art education and how to teach that to your children. So it's not doing printables and coloring pages and so on. It's actually like teaching art. It's really kind of cool and high level, or more in depth than just how to draw a picture. So she makes $5,000 per month with her art courses. Varpu does the finish stuff. Beth, Laura, Tamara, Gia, Hannah teaches coding online.
Sweet.
She's doing awesome. Carmen has smaller offers that then has a great funnel, and she made $20,000 from her low price course. So that's another thing that you can do. When you get into course by number, you might be overwhelmed and think, okay, I'm going to create this 60 lecture course, and you don't have to. You can start with something very small. And sometimes the smaller things are easier for you to test out and try, and then you can move on to the bigger stuff.
Yep. Yeah. And if you are afraid of creating a ton of content before you ever launch, there's some really cool strategies we added in with this update. We're not going to give everything away. That can really take away any of that fear of having to produce so much. And sometimes procrastination can set in. There's some really cool solutions to that in the course now with this latest update.
Right. And the last one that I want to accentuate was Ivana. She had 50 students in her art journaling course, and that was only the first week that she started promoting it. So how to use your journal in an artsy way and express your emotions. I mean, her sales page is beautiful. I mean, it kind of gets me excited about art journaling. So she did a really great job with that. And we teach you how to create your sales page, what to put on it, how to make your offer irresistible so that it's not just the course, but there's other elements that you add to your course. And we added that in the profit boosting recipe book. So you can go through that in course by number and make sure that your offer and your product has as many of those boosters as possible to make your offer irresistible.
That is awesome. And boost. I love it.
I know.
Let's get the boost. One thing that we hear over and over is because the online world there's been a proliferation of all the different ways you could achieve this. Some of our students have been asking, hey, do you teach this? Do you teach that? And unlike a lot of courses that are out there or things that teach you how to do this, we are not a one-trick pony. One of the good and bad things about this little brain up here is that I do tend to learn everything that's out there when it comes to the tools and the tech. And so depending on what your budget is, if you want the best in breed, if you want the most budget friendly, if you want the simplest, if you want the most complex, like whatever you've got, we've got different recipes and different entire tech setups, as well as a roadmap of how to start from scratch in terms of zero budget and then scale up to, multiple $1,000s a month if you want to, and how you can get it done. That's all in the course. It was never there before.
Yeah. Our goal with course by number is to have you launch a profitable course. So it's for you to make money, not for you to get stuck in the tech and have everything perfect and the most beautifully recorded videos, but then never, ever launch it. Our goal, you get 20% through the course, and there's already a method that you can apply to start making money before you pay for any tech. So that in itself You don't even have to complete the entire course to get your money back from investing in the course. I mean, that lesson in itself is so valuable. So also, all the current students in Course by Number, you guys get all the updates. So if you log into your dashboard now, you go into Course by Number, you'll see all these new lectures. So I highly recommend you guys go through the course again and get all the new nuggets that's in there.
Absolutely. And it's been fun. Susie and I, we're always bouncing ideas off each other between the marketing savvy and the tech savvy and figuring out what is the right way to blend this together for you guys. So we'd love to hear all the feedback from either our existing students, or if you're just hopping in for the first time now is definitely the time to get it. And I think there's even like a sale going on. It's a little bit lower priced right now.
Yes, there's a little bit of a special price if you go to coursebynumber.com. It is not going to be this price ever again. The value that we pumped into this course is crazy valuable. So what it is right now, it's never going to be again. So I would highly suggest you probably get it.
At least take a look.
Take a look. Take a look-see.
Normally, when people like us update a product or relaunch a product, they either add more to it and increase the price, or they keep it the same and they reduce the price.
Yeah.
Very rarely do they add more to it, completely revamp it, and lower the price.
And give all the updates to the current students.
We're not very good business people, but we make a decent living. So we're okay to do things like this. So don't always take all of our business advice, because there's probably more money that we could have made from doing this. But we felt this was the right way and kind of on brand with us to make sure that we treat everybody right.
Right. We could be way more pushy. We could increase the price to $1,000. We could not give the updates to the current students. But you know what? We're super blessed. We're very happy with what we have. And we want more people like you guys, like our Beths, our Potams, our Ivanas, our Tamaras, to get the success. So it's just at the price point where it gives you a little bit of a commitment that you have to go through it. All right. Because sometimes if we give away everything for free, you're not going to take that commitment. You're not making any commitment to yourself. That's why people sign up for a gym membership, because they're paying. So now, oh gosh, I have to go to the gym.
Preach.
But everybody can go walk outside, can do some push-ups at their house. We can all work out for free. But we pay a little bit to make that commitment to ourselves so that we follow through.
Absolutely. And there is a relationship. The lower priced something is, the less people tend to take action on it. And the greater price it is, the more people take action on it.
So maybe we should charge way more for it.
I think that's probably a good idea. Yeah. So buy now, because we will come to our senses and make you commit a little bit more to the process. But Caroline says it's been incredible for her, and thank you.
Thank you.
And Mina says it's a unicorn. Course by Number is a unicorn. We like that.
That's cool. I love that. So guys, we're here for another couple minutes. If you have any questions about Course by Number, if you're not in the course and you're hesitant, like, is this for you? Would it work for you? We're definitely, that's why we're here. We're live to help you answer any questions. And just to kind of show you guys that we're real people. That hurts.
Why did you pinch me?
You're a real person.
Okay. All right. So we'll put on the chat stream. So feel free to, if you have any questions, just go ahead and put them in right now, and that'll show up on the screen here. And we'll also highlight some of the ones that are we want to address real quick here. So Nina asked, can we go live later? Again, traveling from Tennessee, I want to be able to engage this connection. Oh, I love that.
Thanks,
we will
Nina.
do our best.
Maybe.
We're trying to manage our energy levels as well and life, but we will try to go live at least once more this week while we're promoting this.
Probably tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day that the expiring bonuses are still there. So there's some bonuses. If you purchase this week, you get 100 course ideas. So if you're stuck and you don't know what to create a course on, we have ideas for you. We have confidence tips. So if you think, oh, I can't go on camera, I don't know how to sell my knowledge, we have tips for that. We have productivity tips. If you're busy and you don't know how you even have time to create a course, we have tips for that. And then there's one more. How to find your course idea. That's the last bonus that will expire tomorrow at midnight. So you have to get the course now so that you get those extra sweet bonuses and the course at this amazing price.
So I guess we are pretty good business people.
Okay, we're trying.
Got something there. Alice says, Susie and John are amazing. Their content is excellent. And they really do teach from the ground novice level up. Plus, they're accessible when you run into an issue. Truly the heart of a teacher. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very kind. And on that point, if anybody here who's in the chat has purchased anything from us and had a good experience, say yay or say something nice in the chat. That'd be nice. I want to see if we get some love from Facebook. That would be very nice. Would appreciate
I'll give
that.
you some love.
Hey, hey. And Jaden says, you want to read that one, Susie?
John and Susie are the best. I have most of their other courses and they're amazing. Might have to add CB course by number, CBN.
I like that.
To my course collection now. CB number.
It's
I
like
like that.
Reverse hashtag.
Yeah.
We could like hashtag CB hashtag.
Yeah. Cool. I was reading like CBD. I'm like, oh, that's not what I launched.
Carrie says, hey, how's it going, Carrie?
Yay! All our happy students. You guys are awesome. So if it wasn't for courses, I mean, our business wouldn't be where it is. We have launched over 25 digital products over the last 6 years. About half of them are online courses. They've been really, really valuable. If you have a small digital product right now, maybe a printable or an ebook, having that course added to it is fantastic to kind of build out that funnel that we're all working on, right? So it's going to be a little tricky to make $1 million off a $7 printable. It's going to be a little easier if you have a $7 printable that goes into a $97 course. That's getting a little faster. And then it's going to be way easier if you have a funnel with a couple different products that people can purchase throughout their journey. So the more you add to your online business, the more types of revenue streams you add, the faster you're going to get to that full-time income.
Absolutely. And if you're struggling with confidence of charging the amount, we have some tips in the course as well on how to kind of overcome some of those fears and weaknesses, and because we've all had it as well. And truth be told, we probably should be charging double for what we were offering in this, but we know who our audience is and we want to be understanding to you guys as well. And
it's not just because over the years, a lot of the courses, it was just me teaching them. But as John quit his job a couple of years ago, and he's way more like he's half of the business and all the tech. So it's not just one person teaching you how to create courses, it's two. So you're getting two really awesome instructors.
If you do say so yourself.
That was my suave face.
It's pretty suave. I like it. Alrighty, let's go back to some comments. So I'm going to butcher that name.
Athba.
Athba. That's awesome. Best course creating ever. I have most courses too, but confidently created my course easily in a short time. That's fantastic. Congratulations for launching your course. Hope it's going great for you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And so over the years, have course creation become easier for you or harder?
Or about the same. It's absolutely become easier. One of the things I've realized over the course of time, because when I left in 2018, I was very much in the shadows, very much hidden behind the curtain, and who was the wizard who's doing all these techie things to the website.
Now he's here.
And now I'm here, and having one thing that helped me personally, which is not exactly for this audience, but like I created a YouTube channel just because I like to discover new things. I wanted to share what I was learning, so that was the easier way for me to get started. And I was awful when I first got started, and over time, I think my delivery has become clear and a little bit easier to follow, and that's just moved into the course creation area. So the advice to you is, if you're not quite there yet, if you're not confident on camera, the only thing you have to do is keep trying and keep practicing. It does get easier, I guarantee it.
Definitely. So Hannah Donley says, I'm struggling with doing it all. Posts, email list, freebie creation, reaching out to companies for affiliates, and trying to make products too. I have a 17-month-old and a 3-month-old too. Totally get that. We were there too when we had 3 under 3 at the same time. Where are you going?
Keep talking.
So I totally get how hard it is when you have little kids. They're very needy. They need you 24/7. And the only times I could work was when they were napping early in the morning or late at night. So technically when they're sleeping, that's when I could work. And I remember very frustrating days because I had all these ideas and I had all these things I wanted to do, but then I couldn't do them. Gosh, Lee, the advice I have is just to focus on a little bit of things that you can actually do, and then don't worry too much about trying to do it all. It gets really overwhelming really fast if you're going to try to monetize with affiliates and sponsor posts and ads and all of that. what helped me a lot was doing all my brainstorming when the kids were awake and I was doing lunch and so on. I would jot everything down on a notepad so that when I do have that precious 2 hours in front of my computer, I would just sit and work. Like I would be focused because now we have more time, but I don't use that time that productively. Like if you use your little bit of time very productively and you're actually creating when you sit in front of your computer and you're not just doodling and thinking and watching YouTube, then you could be very productive. Just do all your thinking work when you're with your kids. Well, I mean, not like distracted and so on, but just like jot it out on a notebook. And then when you actually have to work, go write that blog post. You already have it outlined in your head. Go create that product. You already sketched it out in a notebook. So that really helped me.
Yeah, and one thing I'd also add on to that is not all tasks are created equal. So there's some things you can do in 5 minutes, but it's not going to be a long-standing asset for your business. So if you're feeling pulled in multiple directions, a book I love is The One Thing by Gary Keller. It's a great book, and you can sum it up in this one sentence where it's like, what is the one thing that if I do this one thing, all other things either become irrelevant or easier to do? And it's just an extreme way of prioritizing. Whichever phase you're at in life, prioritization is going to be key because nobody can get it all done at all times. So I love that book. And also there's a blog post. If you just search for time management on startermomblog.com, let me just kind of show the screen real quick here. I won't make it all big, but it's the time management guide. And I think it's one of your best posts on it. Best non-blogging posts on it, of course. It walks through different phases of a life and how it went for us, just to kind of give you an idea that it's okay to adjust your schedule, decide what is a priority and what's not. Just keep moving forward and stay positive. Cool. Rachel asked, do we teach funnels in the course? You betcha. You bet your
butt.
I don't know where I was going with that.
You bet your
Not going to say that on Facebook.
Yes.
Yes, we absolutely do. But as I mentioned a little bit earlier on, we don't just teach one aspect because we want to make sure that the budget it is budget friendly for all people getting started. So there are some limitations depending on what your budget is, and we have you covered at each stage. But if you want to get into funnels, it might require some software you have to pay for. That's just kind of how it goes. But we have you at different price points and different capabilities along the way, all taught both the theory of it as well as the practice of setting it all up.
Right. And definitely, like we said before, our goal for you when you go through Course My Number is to start making money. And then once you start making money, then you have that money that you can reinvest into more advanced softwares to then create a better funnel and a better course area and all that jazz. All right. You got one?
Yeah, Hannah says, really pulled tight, plus not very fast at things. I've been blogging since November, get 5 to 10 visits a day. It seems like there's so much with Pinterest too. Absolutely. We are all pulled tight, and it really is the different phases of life. 5 minutes might be all you have for that day. And the big thing is just try not to compare yourself with other people that you might feel are accelerating faster. Compare yourself today from yourself last year. True. And if you do that and you kind of keep a good mindset, I think you'll grow that curve.
I mean, we still fall into that trap too. When we see people that are doing better than us and have better, I don't know, more students or more money or whatnot. And we're like, man, shouldn't that be us? Shouldn't we be working 24/7 so that we can achieve that too? Like, isn't that our goal? And then we're like, no, that's not our goal. Our goal is to have a happy life, to teach our kids about God, to have our marriage stay strong, and to make enough money so that we don't have to worry about money. But it's not to go buy a mansion and a Ferrari, which I used to really like cars, but now I love my Sienna. So
love that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So the comparison game can be hard. So I love that I always remind myself, compare myself to myself last year. Am I better than at where I was last year? Did I improve on that version of myself? And if that question or the answer is yes, then I'm like, wow, I've improved. I'm comparing myself to me, not to other people because they have their own journey and their own struggles.
Yeah. The one thing I can see the comparison being helpful is if you're looking at somebody and you can admire their focus, if you can admire them like sticking to their guns and moving forward, because what can happen if you get into the comparison game, you see somebody doing something totally different than you and you're like, ooh, I want to try that. And then you see somebody else do something different from that person, you're trying that. If you're this little ball of energy and you're being pulled in all these different directions, like you're not going to go anywhere. So that's the one thing that I can see. If you can take one thing from looking at other people and be like, not what they're doing, but their mindset and how they're doing it. I think that can be a helpful takeaway.
Focus is important. Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Lindsay says, I really, really love your courses and you're totally my go-to for everything blogging. I can frequently, where did it go? I can frequently be heard saying, well, Susie says.
WWSD. What would Susie do?
You guys are awesome. Awesome. That's so great. So the course by number is phenomenal. It has so many goodies in it. Like it's just everything that I wanted to know 4 or 5 years ago when I started my course. That's what would have propelled me to be way more successful when I just started. But, we're teaching this to you guys so that you can launch a course on sand tray therapy and make $7,000, or you can create a course on art journaling and get 50 people in your course the first week. So small niches can be very profitable. I mean, it's really pretty awesome.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that we kind of do differently than what a lot of people in our industry do. We don't expect you guys to go out and create $1,000 course or create a course that costs $5,000 for some to join in and some big high ticket thing. It's a sexy idea selling these, making all this money and getting your Lamborghini. But in reality, I think we're trying to teach from a position of authenticity. And our goal is to help you get your first course out and get your success and get something that's evergreen and profitable and able to work with your lifestyle. That's something that a lot of people expect you to change your lifestyle to follow their system. And for us, we want our system to fit into your lifestyle in a way that can provide for your family, your feeling of self-actualization and your income. So I think that's really, we're kind of like a little mom and pop shop at this point, I suppose, in the digital marketing world. And we kind of swing that different direction. We could make way more money, as we mentioned earlier, by charging more, but that would also add stress to us.
Yeah.
It would add different expectations. And we want to make sure we over deliver in everything we do.
That's true. That's true. And one of the students asked me this week in my inbox, she asked, do we do launches or do we do evergreen? And we teach in Course by Number how to do an evergreen. So obviously the first time you're going to launch it because it has to come out, but it's an evergreen model that we want you to set up so that you make a little bit of sales every single day. I feel for my own mentality, having a little bit of money that comes in every day is much better for my emotions than having these waves of launches and no money and then stress and no stress. So we teach the evergreen model. We've kept most of our courses as an evergreen model just so that people can join when they want to. We do small launches by running little promos like this, but the course is always open so you can join. And we try to teach that too so that it fits more with your lifestyle.
Totally. That being said, we did make a new tweak to the Evergreen model in this new update that will definitely be helpful. Again, we're always refining, and we found ways to remove waste from the process. Like, we were both engineers, and our corporate upbringing was to go into a process like creating a course, building a business, whatever the case might be, and finding any areas of waste of what we had been doing and remove that. So I think we've continuously improved it this time around as well.
I love that. Chantel says we should do a Google Analytics course.
Ooh.
Oh, you would love that.
I would.
You would eat that data up. That. I want to do a course on Excel pivot tables.
Macros.
That's so niche. But man, I love pivot tables and graphs and charts. But that's my other side. That's just,
it's a good side.
Yeah,
that's the side I fell in love with. Your geeky data, true story. So we were both interns at Disney World back in college, and I sat like 2 rows in front of her at my little station. She was at her little station, and I thought she was cute. And I'm a little college kid, right? So you see a cute girl, you mess with her. So I'd have these mints on my desk, and I would look back and I wait for her to be in that like height of focus. She would be like so deep,
so mean.
The little furrow in her brow. She's just going there on her little pivot table, and I would toss the little white lifesaver round candy right on our table, and I would hear
I was so mad. Then I'm about to solve the case and fix all Disney's time management issues, and I'm like, got it. And then this mint hits my face, and
did it hit your face?
I don't know. Sometimes you did.
Maybe. I wasn't aiming for the face, but it was like over the lob. Margin of error. Right.
Awesome. So if you guys have any questions about Course by Number, please shoot us an email. We are happy to help you. If you have ideas and you want to run them by us, we're here for you to kind of see if that would be an awesome idea or not. And then potentially tomorrow, if everything goes well, we'll be live again to answer any questions. And also I'll be doing that interview with Beth and kind of see what she did with her course release and launch and why she was so successful. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Thank you guys for spending some time with us. Really appreciate it. We got 60 people here live, which is fantastic. And yeah, go check it out. Coursebynumber.com. Final call to action here. Completely updated. Go to coursebynumber.com. Check it out. We'd love to help you launch your course.
Talk to you guys soon.
See ya.